Dinosaurs. They walked the Earth 65 million years ago, and in 1993, Steven Spielberg brought them roaring back to life. But in 2025, Jurassic World is not just another dinosaur movie. It's a cinematic event, a collision of science fiction, prehistoric terror, and breathtaking adventure. Today, we're breaking down the story, the moments you missed, and the behind-the-scenes secrets of Jurassic World 2025. The movie opens in a way fans didn't expect. Not with the lush green paradise of Isla Nublar, but in a barren, windswept desert where fossilized bones stretch across the horizon. A research team uncovers something strange. A fossilized egg, perfectly preserved, and not millions of years old. This sets the tone for what's to come. As the story unfolds, we meet our returning characters. Dr. Ellie Sattler, Owen Grady, and Claire Dearing. But they're not here for a reunion. They're here because humanity has made a mistake. Again. A genetic breakthrough by a shadowy biotech company has led to the resurrection of something far more dangerous than a T-Rex. A genetically engineered apex predator with intelligence unlike anything seen before. This opening desert sequence was actually filmed in Morocco, under extreme conditions. Temperatures soared above 45 degrees Celsius, and the crew had to work in short bursts to protect both cast and equipment from the heat. The skeletons seen on screen, surprisingly, many were built practically, not CGI, giving the film an authentic, gritty realism. The tension builds quickly as the first dinosaur encounter is not an attack, but a rescue. A herd of Brachiosaurus is trapped in a collapsing canyon after a landslide. The rescue sequence shows the film's new tone. Not just humans versus dinosaurs, but humans trying to live alongside them. It's a visual spectacle, filmed using a mix of animatronics and cutting-edge CGI. The result? Dinosaurs that feel as real as they did in the original Jurassic Park. Maybe even more so. But of course, peace doesn't last long. The movie teases its main antagonist slowly. We catch only shadows at first. A massive silhouette crossing a misty river at night, glowing eyes peering from the darkness. This new creature, nicknamed Dominus Ultima by the filmmakers, is unlike anything fans have seen, and its design was kept secret until the film's release. And here's the wild part. The Dominus Ultima was brought to life using a 3D printed animatronic head that could mimic over 50 different facial expressions. This gave actors something real to react to on set, and it makes a huge difference on screen. As the first act ends, the heroes discover that the fossilized egg from the opening scene belongs to the Dominus Ultima. And worse, it's not the only one. The hunt for survival is about to begin. The second act takes us far from the desert and into a dangerous new environment, the flooded ruins of Isla Nublar. Years after the island's destruction, the ocean has swallowed most of its land, but the dinosaurs have adapted. Our heroes arrive on a rusted cargo ship, navigating through stormy seas to reach what little remains of the island. They aren't here to fight. They're here to find the other eggs, before the Dominus Ultima species spreads across the globe. The first scenes on Isla Nublar are breathtaking. Crumbling buildings overtaken by vines, massive bones embedded in the sand, and pterosaurs circling high above. It feels like visiting a ghost of Jurassic Park. But peace doesn't last. A sudden attack from the water reveals one of the film's most terrifying sequences. A massive mosasaurus ambushing their ship, flipping it sideways in the waves. The survivors are thrown into the water, struggling to reach the shore. This scene took months to plan. Actors filmed in massive water tanks with animatronic mosasaurus jaws built to scale. The close-up shots of teeth dripping with seawater are all practical effects, giving the sequence a realism that CGI alone could never match. On land, the group splits up to search the ruins. Owen and Claire venture into the old genetics lab, now half-collapsed and filled with water, while Ellie and the others head toward the old visitor center. What they find is chilling, a hidden incubation chamber. Dozens of new eggs, all intact, but before they can act, the shadow appears again. The Dominus Ultima emerges from the treeline, bigger than a T-Rex, but built for speed, with razor-sharp claws and glowing amber eyes. It's not alone. Smaller, faster predators follow in its wake, moving like a coordinated pack. A desperate chase begins through the ruins, with collapsing structures, crashing waves, and swarming dinosaurs at every turn. The tension is relentless. There's no safe place left on Isla Nublar. By the end of the second act, the survivors realize the truth. The biotech company didn't just create one Dominus Ultima. They created an entire breeding population. And the creatures are no longer contained to the island. The world is about to become their hunting ground. The final act begins with a desperate escape from Isla Nublar. The group manages to send a distress call, and a rescue helicopter arrives. But the Dominus Ultima isn't about to let its prey leave. As the chopper hovers above the shattered visitor center, chaos erupts. Smaller predators leap from the ruins, snapping at the ladder, while the massive Dominus bursts through a collapsed wall, roaring so loud it rattles the entire structure. The survivors cling to each other, scrambling aboard, just as the Dominus lunges, narrowly missing the tail of the helicopter. But safety is an illusion. News reports reveal sightings of similar creatures in multiple locations, from remote jungles to coastal cities. The biotech company's experiments have already been smuggled off the island. Determined to end the threat, Owen, Claire, and the others follow the trail to the company's new headquarters, a high-tech facility hidden in the Nevada desert. Inside, the halls are lined with glass enclosures. Inside each one, different dinosaur species are being genetically altered, their DNA mixed with other predators to make them stronger, faster, and more intelligent. The team plants explosives to destroy the lab, but the company's CEO arrives, revealing the truth. The Dominus Ultima was only the prototype. The real project is a bioengineered apex predator designed for urban warfare, and it's already been released into the wild. The climax unfolds in a nighttime desert chase, where the team is pursued by multiple Dominus Ultimas under a blood-red sky. Military vehicles crash, firelights blaze, and the roar of the creatures echoes across the sands. One by one, the predators are lured toward the explosives, but Owen stays behind to detonate them manually, ensuring no dinosaur escapes. The blast lights up the desert, a wave of fire and dust swallowing the predators whole. The survivors barely make it out alive, watching the facility collapse in flames. But the ending leaves us with one last shiver. In the closing scene, somewhere deep in the forests of South America, a shadow moves between the trees. A pair of glowing amber eyes appear, followed by a low, familiar roar. Fade to black. Jurassic World 2025 doesn't just end. It hints at a world where dinosaurs are no longer confined to islands, cages, or labs. They're here. They're evolving. And humanity may no longer be at the top of the food chain.